Hey everyone, Grant Hubbard here. I got another Gutter Growth podcast for you. We're hanging out on a Sunday. I got two champs with me, Ryan and Rob. And today we're going to chat a little bit about like the current state of Americans and how they're spending money on pretty much everything, and especially gutters, which is we're all in the gutter business. And we're going to take that into what to do with this money that's coming in, and some of the problems and the joys of getting ready to or continuing scaling. Ryan and Rob, hey guys, thanks for joining me.
Hey man, thanks for
You
having us
already
on.
know.
What's happening?
Here we go. Hey, we got a nice little trio right here. I think, there's a lot of knowledge about to get spit, but let's jump right into it. Ryan, I want to start with you. Like, how are things going down in Florida right now?
Good. I mean, things are good. Especially with the time of the year right now, with it getting ready to be rainy season. A lot of people are, after the stuff that the state has gone through within the last 2 years between we had two major hurricanes hit the state last year. Between the last 2 years, two major hurricanes hit the state.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are really considering how to properly mitigate their water, with that being an issue. So I think this year they're trying to get prepared a little bit early. So we've been getting a lot more calls, like pre-hurricane season, pre-rain season, as opposed to last year.
Yeah.
So I think that that act of God and the weather from the previous has really impacted a lot and really changed people's perspectives on it. And then just a lot of new homes and new constructions being built here and development here in Florida.
Yeah.
There never used to really be too much gutters on these houses, and now they're putting gutters on most of these new build homes. And in a lot of these older communities that were previously built, they're starting to upgrade their gutters as well. So it's
They're
like a bunch of development plans.
Yeah,
So,
upgrade. I like that word. Everybody's trying to upgrade a little
exactly.
bit. Rob, you're local. You're in the same area, right? So I mean, what is your current state right now that you see trending? And you guys are both watching, right? Both of you guys are at GutterCon. Both of you guys are active in social media presence and commenting, educating, clowning, whatever it may be. We can do what we got to do.
I'm the clown,
but
always.
It's all right. It's all good. What are you seeing?
No, so well, I mean, last month it was a little slower, right? Because we haven't had rain. There's always that lull in Florida where you don't have rain for like a month, and so people kind of forget about their problems. But as soon as it starts picking up like it did last week, the floodgates open and everybody starts calling again. I mean, here in Central Florida, we have just shy of 5,000 people a week that move here, right? All those people are from out of state. So they want to come in, they see that their house doesn't have gutter. They don't understand why. And so they reach out to us. Even though, the residential is kind of level right now, commercial has taken off. I mean, Florida's building apartment complexes like crazy. And then like Ryan said, the new builds, everywhere I drive, it seems like there's new land clearing. There used to be a nice, beautiful preserve next to the lake or next to the river. And now it's all flat, getting ready to be build houses.
Okay, I completely agree. I want to take this moment through that education that you guys just gave about your current areas, your locations, and recognize the fact that this podcast is starting to be viewed by just regular homeowners that are Googling. I'm seeing a trend, and I'm talking with friends. I was talking with a buddy the other day, and he follows the podcast, and he likes to support me. He had it on. He had a neighbor come over. Oh, gutters. I didn't even think about that. Tell me, Grant, this and that and that. And because my friend supports what I've been doing forever, he tells him, hey, let me show you a couple little tutorials of what Grant, and here's Instagram. And then they called the local company there, and the guy's getting gutters. So, Gutter Masters, how do your guys get a hold of you? Like if someone's watching this and they need your service, how do they get a hold of you?
Oh, you can reach us at 407-451-9644 or centralfloridagutters.com.
Okay, Ryan, how can people get a hold of you for gutters, pool enclosures? Or you're doing pool enclosures and you're doing carports.
We do carports, patio lanais, soffit, custom fascia. I mean, Rob would tell you down here in Florida, some of the fascia on these houses down here, it's like it looks like crown molding, out of aluminum. So we roll up with our brake on site, and we break every single piece there. So we do that stuff. But no, you can reach out to RG Exterior at 689-272-7814. We're here in Central Florida. All of our social media, it's going to be our company name, RG Exterior. And then you can always send us an email also, and we respond to those daily. It's rgexterior1@gmail.com.
All right, beautiful. Right now in Texas, specifically, I mean, it's out of control, the building. Like, we have to talk about this in two parts, and we spoke about this off camera. Like, people are spending money like wild.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no matter what,
just having fun. I make decent money. I like taking care of my kids. We like doing stuff. I'm very blessed. I have a lot of the things I want. So now it's just kind of traveling around with the kiddos and the wife, trying to get a breather away from gutters. But you're right. Homes that didn't used to have gutters are having gutters now. Even all those tract homes that, myself included, back in the days, we used to just do the fronts and the backs. Everybody's kind of worked for one of those companies. But now people are moving in immediately and going, get that stuff off and just do a full new system. You're seeing gutters everywhere. And then knowing so many people around the country, we're having this conversation daily, like, people are buying gutters. Mm-hmm. So for you guys that are out there, and I'd like you two to speak on it a little bit through your growth, and some of the guys in the groups and everywhere, you're trying to figure out how to get in front of the customer. And I want to say what Tim always says, and I say it on a lot of podcasts, like, marketing is not spending money. You have to get the leads so that you can learn, engage how many of those leads you can close. If you get 10, do you close 5? If you get 100, are you closing 50? Are you at that 50% closing rate? Are you a 90% closer, owner operator? Because owners usually have a much better time selling a job. They just exude a different confidence, and they're selling themselves. Where when you hire a salesperson to a company that they didn't start or might not fully know the vision of yet, right? There could be a learning curve. And I think typically entrepreneurs that go and take their own hard-earned money or borrow some from the bank and have to pay it back and start businesses, they're all in. They've got to go sell. So you're going to probably sell at a little bit of a higher rate if you're an owner. But for you salespeople out there, you need an owner to give you leads so you can, this is what sales do all the time, no matter who you are, right? So you guys want to speak to that a little bit, Ryan?
Yeah. So to be honest, I actually don't. So I've got a production, a project manager, 2 crews and whatnot. And I personally do not have a salesperson. And I strictly don't have a salesperson for the reason being that this company doesn't mean what it does. This company means more to me than what it would ever mean to a salesperson. So me making that sale, I put in 150% effort. I'm not trying to sell them gutters. I'm trying to sell myself to them. I think you connect on a different level with the customer when you're not just there strictly on business. You're trying to sell yourself and convince them on, why. Yeah, you might have the best workaround, but if you're not a stand-up guy, nobody wants to hire a guy, a sideways person.
The car salesman.
Oh, yeah. God, no. Salesman. So that's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
The car salesman.
Exactly. And people hate cars.
Well, just that style of sales, man. I mean, it's horrible.
Yeah. But people
it works for cars. Yeah. It just can't work for anything else.
So me personally, I always try to get that personal connection with the customer and I like to build that relationship, and I always kind of try to find something that we can relate on when I open up and break into that conversation before just going in and talking about, hey, I was working in the area, seeing that your house looks like you could use some gutters. I don't even talk about gutters until like 10, 15 minutes after.
Your house looks like crap.
And that's how they approach you. And it's like, cool, bye. Like I would never, hire someone that comes to me like that. It's like a script, it's like they're reading from a script. When I talk to my customer, it comes strictly from the heart. So I think it means a little bit more, and they can see that, and them customers can see.
Absolutely does. And you're an owner salesperson that way.
Yeah.
And I know you personally, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So some people might hear that and go, Grant, get him. No, Ryan's doing just fine. Certain people are doing okay on
Yeah.
the path that they have. So when I talk to Ryan, it's about different type of things than I would be talking to than someone that kind of is like, please tell me what next.
Mm.
Ryan's like, here's what's next. Give me your feedback on the best way to execute this.
Yeah.
He's self-driven. So in a different way, Rob, what's your 2 cents on the current state of gutter sales in the country and, just whatever. We're freestyling here.
Yeah, man. No, look, sales is what you make it, right? So if you believe that sales is down, sales is always going to be down. So we close an average of like 56.5% of our deals, which is like
Yep.
right where I want to be. Because look, I don't want everybody's business. I want my people's business, right? Because my
Exactly.
customers are going to be different than Ryan's customers, and
Yeah.
our customers are going to be different than somebody else, in our same
And
area.
it's all about the target audience,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I've always hated most salesmen, right? And it's just because they come off pitchy, right? Like Ryan said, it's like they're reading from a script, right? And so I don't work for Leaf Filter. I'm not trying to be out there and screw anybody over. We do have a salesman here because God knows I can't do everything, but it's important how you choose your salesman, right? So our salesman is a guy that's like my older brother. Love him, Jerry. That guy goes to bat for our company every day, all day. And me and Grant were talking about this the other day. Is like as I think Grant said, your first 8 hires are really, what build the core of your business and what matters. Well, the salesman I was able to get on board, he sees this, even though his name isn't on the dotted line, just like mine isn't, he still sees this as his business, and Jerry's the type of guy that he'll call a customer on the way in the morning, be like, hey, do you need anything from the store? I just want to let you know I'm on my way, grab you some coffee. You want a snack? You want some donuts? What do you want? I'll stop by McDonald's. And he connects with people on a personal level, as and money comes second. And I mean, there's been a few times where the customer said, they wanted something crazy, and Jerry's like, no. Look, how many systems have you installed? All right, okay, I understand that's what you want, but that's not the way it's actually going to be able to work. And so for that reason, this is why we need to design your system this way. This is why we need to turn the downspout this direction, or no, you can't go 150 feet with one downspout. You have to to build everything correctly. But I think it is very important to find someone that puts people before their pockpocketbook. Right?
Exactly. And
Absolutely.
to touch on what you said about your salesman, just being very transparent with them and like, about the proper way to do things. I've done quotes where a competitor's quote would come in and another company's quote, and the homeowner was like, they told me I need, they're trying to sell me leaf filter, leaf guard, and gutter guard, and this and that, and they don't have a single tree around their property. Their gutters are spotless on the inside. And I tell them straight up, I don't try to push anything. I always try to give my customer the best deal that they can get, without hurting their pockets, because then they look at me like, this guy wasn't here to take my money and to just make a sale and to hang some gutters and get out of here. That actually just happened last week. We just dealt with that. But I try to just be very transparent and just be a wholesome person to them, because once they realize that, it don't matter what you're charging per foot. They like you as a person. They already feel that trust with you, instead of just some bullshit line that they were fed. Like we talked about it, sounding like it's from a script. It's like it's all animated at that point. And I think once you really give your customers the best advice on what's best for them, not best for you to make money. I think a lot of customers do realize that. I mean, was it last week I sold 10 jobs in 2 days, and then 10 big jobs in 2 days. And then I sold another 4 after that the following day. So on a weekend, actually. But I mean, it's little stuff like that. And the customers, they like the honesty, they like the transparency. And then at that point, you can really make your numbers, whatever you want to, reasonable for you. But you done already sold yourself to them. So it's like, you want to go hang 6-inch case off for 12 a foot, they're going to pay for it because they they would rather have this person that they trust do their job than some company that just came out here and pitched them a sales pitch.
This podcast is sponsored by One Gutter Guard, the premium gutter guard that delivers the highest performance, quality, and value to your customers. From its different mesh filters to its unibody construction, One Gutter Guard can be the difference maker in your business. Are you interested in becoming part of the exclusive dealer network? Contact them today at onegutterguard.com or just give them a call. Now back to our show. Just plain and simple, the way that it works, is being true. You want the customer for life. If you own the business, right? Let's say you in particular, Ryan, you own the business, you're building a brand. You want the customer for life. These people are living in these houses 3 to 5 years. Yeah, sure. Some of them, you do a really nice historic home. Maybe they'll live there 20, 30 years or something like that. But the average person, you want that customer for life, and not just to keep making money off of them forever, but you put gutters on someone's house and then 6 years later you have kids, and then he's their basketball coach, he's their science teacher, he's their next door neighbor, his son's dating your daughter. This is a very small planet. And taking care of people and not being leaf filter with the sales, I mean, it'll keep you alive. One depending on where you're at, right? If you're from the trenches back in Ohio or Detroit or something like that, right? They don't know. They don't know.
I got a clue.
I had to put that one out there. But people are on a buying frenzy.
Yeah.
With gutters.
Oh yeah, man. I was at Publix yesterday. Parking lot was full.
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 I mean, there's no, and look, they're maxing out. I mean, a grocery cart's lightly full is anywhere from $300 to $900.
Oh yeah, man.
Depending on what you get.
Easy. I spend at least $300 a week at the grocery store.
And to touch on that, dude, we've had, just this year, we've had customers call us up and I haven't had gutters on my house in 20 years. And I go out to their house and I'm like, yeah, I can tell you're digging yourself a trench here around your house. And they're like, I just think we really need to get them, and those calls seem to start coming in a lot more this year than what they have been, in the previous year. But a lot of people are realizing there's a lot more that gutters do for your home than just protect water from falling on your head. Down in Florida, everything is built on a concrete slab foundation. So if water and moisture gets up under that and gets into that water barrier from constantly pouring off of your roof and your shingles, you start getting that water build up underneath of your concrete. Down in Florida, we have a very, very shallow water table. So once that water, what it does, it starts pushing up underneath of your concrete structure. Then 2, 3, 5 years later, you'll start noticing, why are my floors unlevel? You could have made a 250-foot house, 250 linear foot house. You could have made a $4,000 investment. Now you're spending 25 grand on having to fix flooring and this and that. And then down the road, you're going to spend a fortune on your whole, the integrity of your slab is ruined because of a simple house. An investment that could have saved you hundreds of thousands of dollars down the road. And I think a lot more people are starting to realize that now, the damage that rain really does do to your home. So yeah, it's cool, man.
A messed up foundation is like having 3 mental illnesses.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, those are the worst, man. I've seen and heard horror stories from clients. Had one lady several years ago in Kissimmee that she thought a bomb went off in her house. So it turns out she had a sinkhole that started to open underneath her house because she didn't have gutter ever.
Goodness.
And it started digging out underneath the slab. And the whole she said she woke up in the middle of the night freaking out. The whole house was shaking. Went in the kitchen, tile was blown up all over the place. She's like, what the heck happened?
Wow.
Turns out whenever she looked down at her slab, thing was cracked.
Yeah.
And I mean, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
Even on new homes, I've had customers where the builder says, oh no, you don't need gutter. If you needed gutter, we would have put it on there. Well, the reason why the builder doesn't want to do that is because they can make more profit off upgrading, a sliding back door to a French door, or something else.
And in the state of Florida, it's, Rob, during June and July are the 2 most rainiest months. In June, we have 24 days of rain on average. In July, there's 27 days of rain on average. That's almost 60 days of rain between 2 months. It's a lot of water we get here in Florida, and I don't think people really understand. Florida is flat. We don't have hills here. So
Yeah.
there's nowhere for that water to go besides in the ground and under your house. And then like I said, I think more people are starting to become more aware. And that's why, touching back on sales, we try to educate. That's one big thing. We try to educate our customers on the importance of gutters. Now you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So if they don't want to buy gutters, whatever, you can't force them to buy gutters.
You could kick the horse's legs out from underneath him while he's looking at the water.
Get out there.
I think, like I said, it'll drink. I think the more we get the information out there of the benefit, like the actual benefits of gutters, and then
correct
the downfall of not having them, the benefits definitely outweighs, the negative. So
sliding into that education distribution to the public. This is why companies need to sponsor local football teams, basketball teams, pottery classes, art festivals, the rodeos, baseball games. Go find the little RV parks, BMX parks. There's helicopter, little landing pad things. Go out there and say, hey man, I want to sponsor this event. Throw $100-$500 at something. Do the local chili cook-off, the taco stand place, like
everything.
Advertise.
Hey man, it's about lunchtime, dude. You can't be talking about food right now.
Hey Rob, I smell something. Rob, I think
I smell something cooking already.
I think with us being in the same area, we do. We try to. What you guys just did this past weekend, man, was awesome. If you guys didn't know, if you guys didn't see it, but Rob and their company over there, they did pretty much did like a big benefit gutter installation for somebody, and they had some sponsors and help from a couple of different companies. Rob, why don't you go ahead and tell these guys what you guys did this past weekend for them?
That was wild. So at the end of the day, what we did is 430 feet with a gutter in 2.5 hours, and we brought an old woman to tears. And it was rewarding as hell, though, man. I was on an emotional high all day yesterday. Yeah, man, Spectra cooler, I love it. But
Spectra was a part of that, right?
Oh, dude, huge! I love it. I took so many pictures and videos and stuff yesterday. I'm probably going to spend the next week making reels and content and everything else.
Excited to see
that.
Yeah,
I called this cat at like 7:30 in the morning. He was actually on the way to this job site. I called this cat. I'm like, yo, what's up, dude? You guys doing that today? Whatever, we shot the shit for a little bit about it, but yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, man,
I was digging his phone. Rob, you could see it in your video because I know when you had just went live, like part 1 or 2, and your phone's dinging in the background, but it's me texting you.
Oh man,
him up.
It's everything.
I was trying to get his guys some food or something. He's like, I was like, hey, let me get your guys some food. He's like, nah, we're in and out this thing, man.
Oh
so,
yeah,
that looked awesome.
Flat fascia, no tear off, no 1x2, one story.
Easy.
Are you kidding me?
Easy money.
I mean, I think it was like a 6-12 pitch. It wasn't bad at all. I loved it. And
that was really cool, man.
It's man, it's pretty emotional. That lady, that lady's husband was a Vietnam vet, man. I mean, she's been giving back the last 30 years, and for everything that she's done and continues to do, it was a no-brainer for me. I mean, as soon as we got the call, I dropped everything I was doing. I spent the next 3 hours putting it all together, making sure that was going to happen, so that whenever my vendor called me back, I could give her a yes. And it's there was tears all around yesterday. The guys were, lady came at the end of the job, gave us all hugs. The guys were all like, no, it was our pleasure. Thank you for having us. We got some really awesome pictures, and it really, the guys that I had out there, you could tell that. One, I mean, they were working really hard and quick, right? You could tell that they worked really well together. I mean, there was no attitude. There was, because how it is sometimes on a job site, but everything yesterday just worked perfect, man. I mean, it was like the perfect install day, if you could ever have one of those. Guys were talking about, hey man, my battery's running low, throw me a new one. The cut guys running around, handing out miters, bringing out pieces. Me and Jerry were out there running stuff around as well. And it was beautiful.
Yeah. I have a question about that. I saw your picture of your team. You had 3 guys out there, right?
Yeah, just 3 of the guys were out there.
Okay. And something kind caught my eye. So hats off to all three of your guys that went out there and did that on a Saturday for sure. The gentleman in the middle, the taller guy.
Yeah, it's TJ.
Does he have a
TikTok? Yeah,
that's
buddy.
my motherfucking man right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, so if you want, I can talk to him about getting on with
22 minutes with the cuss words. Shit.
Hey, Ryan did it first, all right. But
did he? Okay, yeah. It was something we talked about yesterday. We were talking about it the other day. He's like, "How long till the cuss words?" I was like, we start them a little ways in, and then I'm cussing 4 minutes in. TJ, my man, right there. Okay, I follow him. I've been watching him. Will you have TJ reach out to me? Don't worry, I'm not going to steal him or anything. I want to talk to that guy.
No.
It'd be a pleasure. Get TJ to call me. I want to thank him for the entertainment. And Ryan, if you haven't checked this dude out, man, I think you.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to send me. You're gonna have to send me a link to his page, bro. I'm gonna check it out. I'm interested now.
TJ is like the way he steps into his gutter cut. Like he's a show. Let me just say this: he's a showman. It's obviously intentional. I'm not clowning him or saying like he plays the.
But
part
it's all
TikTok.
about having fun, dude. It's fun.
He be cutting gutter like this and stuff in front of the video. Like it's amazing. I love
cool,
it.
Bro.
I love that dude. He is my favorite. I want to have him on the podcast.
No, most definitely. Look, I'll even let him use my setup and come on here, man. It's whatever you want to do.
Yes,
dude. No,
Rob,
I love all my guys.
I think Rob, with what you guys did, and us being so close, and we had talks about kind of joining forces, like you had mentioned. We're such a close company. Let's show these guys it's not about competition. So Rob and I have actually got some moves in play that we're going to kind of partner on some things, and we give back to the community and stuff like that. And with being a veteran-owned company, what you guys did, that really touched home for me. And we try to do what we offer for our customers. We always, do 10% of, we take 10% of the job cost and we give them, an option to, if they like to donate to like Wounded Warrior Foundation, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is really great to be able to do stuff like that for the community. And Rob, I want to kind of touch base off the podcast about maybe setting some things up, with Osceola County Sheriff's Department. They are very involved with the community, and they do a lot of charity work. And I was thinking that maybe if that's something you'd be interested in, not so much, obviously you don't constantly want to go do free gutter jobs on people's houses, but I'm talking about, being out there with our companies and doing stuff for the communities together. I think that would be something that we should definitely put in play and do something, because that's huge, bros. And that's how you build that, back to it, that trust within your community.
Yes. Yeah. So, I want to add to that really quickly. I love that because there's a couple of guys that we're talking about doing some stuff with. You don't have to go give away free gutters.
No.
You can just go clean up a street, a part of the freeway, paint some graffiti, like just let them know, hey, we're available if you need us to help tear down this dilapidated house on a Saturday, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like bring the guys out with the lawnmowers and the weed whips and clear a corner that's been overrun or something, so people stop T-boning each other at the light. Like just being available, because if you have a good business and you have a good culture, you kind of have a little militia. And you can use it for whatever good you want.
Exactly.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
And going out there and I don't know about you guys, but me, when I go out there and do something that's fulfilling like that means a lot more to me than taking a check to the bank. That's something that sticks with me forever.
You end up with more checks.
Exactly.
Most definitely.
You
end up with a lot more
you
checks
give something up
that.
like that down the road, everything comes full circle. So, you'll get tenfold in return. And just being able to do stuff like that, Rob. So I think maybe we'll meet up and definitely go out. We'll go out and grab some lunch sometime. I know you said
you guys should fly me out there and put me up on the beach, and I'll come help you guys weed whip a corner.
Dude, I've been trying. I've been asking you every day for the last 2 weeks. Hey, when you coming out here? When you come out? We got a vehicle. We got a spare room. We got a vehicle for you to use. Like, we're waiting.
You know my schedule. You're booked. It's already done deal, man. May 1st ish. That first week or two of May, we'll be out in Florida. What happens is, I'll be upfront about this and I'll be very short. You make all these relationships with people around the country, like I have in the past 10 years specifically, it's like you have so many places to be and you just only have so much time. So
Exactly.
doing my best, I'm doing my damn best over here.
Are you?
Hey, so no, I can do better.
Hey man, we could always do better, but
I want to
from
grow.
serving soup
I want to
to
grow.
oh sorry, go ahead. My bad, man.
No, you're good. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Ryan, man, from serving soup to giving away gutter, brother. Whatever you want to do, hit me up.
Yeah. Let's
We'll do it.
definitely
There we
sit
go.
down and let's just sit down and spit some things out and just come up with some ideas. Like I said, we're community involvement is what we really want to tackle this year. We really want to be able to give back, and it doesn't necessarily, I don't know exactly what we want to do yet. There's 1,000 different options out there, but I think getting together two separate companies, and that'll show people exactly that, we're not in competition with each other. We're here to help each other 100% along the way.
Well,
So I would love to do something like that, bro. I would love to partner up with you guys and do something like that. I think it would be really cool.
I don't know, man. If I pull up to a house and that beautiful Dodge is out front, it's going to be a little bit of a competition.
Hey, which one?
Be a little bit. He said, "Which one?
Which one?
Which one?
Hey, which the guy's got it for sure."
No, definitely.
I want to bring this up too really quick so that I can continue to start mentioning it. I wasn't going to do it a lot in January, February, March, but now it's April and Christmas in July is coming soon. And what I mean by Christmas in July is Christmas in December, but we have not let the ball slip by July. So I'm partnering with a gentleman named Tristan Hargrave. He's the owner of the Gutter Doctor. He's here locally. He used to work with me, and then he took a break, and then he called me a couple years ago. I'd say about a year and a half ago. I was like, hey, 2 years ago, hey, I think I'm going to get back in the business. And, you're hiring a sales guy at the time. I said, I'm kind of full at the moment, but Tristan, you should just open your own business. Like his dad is in the gutter industry. He's like 3 hours away, but like you already know the stuff. So he grew up in it, right? Long story short, he did a book of business last year, his first year. He did really well for himself, but he gives. Toy drive. So you guys just think about it. You don't have to tell me right now. I want to have but I want to head up, and I'm saying it first because no one else is saying it out loud. And I've said it on the podcast with Tristan. I want to have a nationwide toy drive. I want to head it up. I want to make sure. I mean, there's no reason we couldn't. I'm sure we're going to fall short. There shouldn't be a single child in the United States with the amount of money pouring through the gutter industry. My guys, some of my ex-installers, some of my current installers, like just throw in $5 or $10. If we get the whole entire gutter industry to do that, we're going to fall short, but we can make a huge dent. The toy drive, Gutters giving away toys. We want to start doing for everyone in every city and state that we can. Like, is that something sounds interesting to you guys?
Yeah, that sounds really
love
cool.
it, man.
I think you get that set up and organize it, and we're definitely on board. I'll give you us. I mean, we're 100% on board, and whatever you need from us, Grant, you just give me a call. So, and we'll help out with any way that we can.
For people that want to partner with me on this, please reach out to me. Just in the next few weeks, I'll be getting the website up.
How do they reach you, Grant?
You beat me to it.
Damn it. 830-499-4423, 737-329-3914. Grant at guttergrowth.com, efenco.co@gmail.com, grant.deals@gmail.com. I'm available. I'm here for the people. Everybody knows where I'm at. You know what I mean?
No, I think that's great. And like I said, and with my fiance being, as involved with the company as she is, she's one person that has really pushed me to find it in my heart to want to give and to the community. So, she's a huge rescue person. She does all that. So she's the one that kind of organizes everything on that side for us. So, Grant, just get up with us, man. And let's set it up and get it going. I think that'd be really great.
I'll say it right now. It's efenco, EFNCO.co @gmail.com. That's where I'd like to be reached for the toy drive. That's a consulting company that I have that I'm going to continue to turn. I don't use it much, but I want to kind of turn it into a charity.
Nice.
Whatever the word would be. That's what the sole
501c3.
purpose of what that business is going to be, is to just where I give. So when I give drills, when I give toys, when I give anything, I'm going to have it come through there. I want to talk real quick about why I'm giving, and it's because I'm making money. And I feel like people in the gutter business are making money specifically because of what we talked about, because people are spending it.
100%.
But there's problems that come with making money. You have to know what to do with it. You have to invest it. You have to save it. You have to spend it. You got to boomerang it.
You got to give it away.
Scale. You got to give it away.
Don't go buy bitch Dodge trucks.
Don't come. Hey, I'm trying.
And all them pretty go fast parts.
Yeah.
I got it. I'm looking at a new truck right now, and I'm having.
If it's a Ford or a Chevy, we don't want to really hear about it.
Hey,
we
leave my Fords
You
alone.
already know what I'm gonna. Think you know what I'm gonna do.
I got.
But yeah, there's problems. You said it's flat in Florida. There's nothing to drive it off of.
Hey, no, we got some big ditches around here. You go out to Claremont, you think that we've got hills,
Claremont's
but
like
really
the
it's just a
highest
giant
point in
ditch.
Florida.
It is the highest point.
Yeah.
But you have to scale. It's time to grow when you make money, right? All my guys in gutter growth, you guys, other people, high level people that we're talking to that we're all associated with. It's like, okay, what's one of the problems, Rob, that you think is kind of inherent when you're like, okay, wow, we're booked out. When 8 months has flown by, a year has flown by, and here it goes. It's still going. Like,
so, I mean, one thing that you really get when you have the initial setup cost, right? So you have the cost of the acquisition of the machine, the truck, all the equipment, and then sourcing new guys, right? We talked about that the other day, the cost of acquiring talent. And then beyond that, I mean, really, how far out are you, right? And how do you know that you can sustain that growth, right? Because it's not just about adding that one truck. I can tell you from personal experience, we were only running 2 trucks last year, this time of the year, and it felt like it was easier. We've got 3 full-time plus the away crews now, and it's all hands on deck. I mean, we scramble, to make everything happen. And it's not that, we don't close deals, we don't make money, but as you grow, your machine eats more and more. And, I lose sleep if my guys aren't moving out in the field. I never want to tell somebody, hey man, look, I'm sorry, I got to let you go, because
that's the worst.
I overhired. And then I got a truck sitting out back, not making me any money. I mean, if those things sit at the dock, I lose a minimum $4,000 a day. So, and, take that into account, where if you overhire, you got extra equipment on hand and it sits around. I mean, you're losing tens of thousands of dollars a month.
You're paying insurance on vehicles that aren't being driven.
Oh, price of insurance, man, is astronomical.
Yeah.
Stuff gets pretty wild. Yeah, you gotta be, you have to know what you're doing. You have to be very systematic about your growth. And some people got it and some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm in that position right now. Like I just started that 5th truck. That hurdle is getting over the 3rd, right? What I've seen, my data shows, and I know personally for myself, several different companies, at the 3rd truck, you're like, yeah, okay, we're working. And then you start the 4th, and then it usually, maybe a couple months, you overhire, right? And then you got to come back down to that 3rd, and you're looking at that truck like, man, those numbers were sure nice when it was running. Because that's a lot of production to sell. 4 trucks,
bro.
3 is a lot. 2 is pretty dang good if that's what you're rocking out.
Yeah.
But you get to 4 trucks, and you're like, okay. But then you get your systems built around 4. And you do that for whatever time, 6 months, a year, and then you're like, we need a 5th truck. But I wanna say, and you listeners hear me well, and Corey J talked about this on my podcast, and that guy's doing $10+ million a year recently. You only want to do about 2,000. 2,000 to 2 million. You only want to do about 2 million to 2.5 million dollars out of a location. Not that it's not okay, and some people figured it out, but like I really feel that around the $2.5 million mark, you should go conquer another part of your city, or go to another local or more local city, or your state, depending on the size of your state. Go to the other side of your state and try. This is what I talk about, and we'll do it again on a different podcast. Leaders building leaders. That first 8 employees. If you hire those first 8 employees the way that I teach, you could literally divide them and put them closer, some of them closer to where they actually live, 35, 40 minutes away, open another hub, stage it, do all the stuff, and then try to get like 1.8 out of both, or 2, or 2.5, and then do it again and hire people that live 45 minutes, an hour away from your head location. Have them come in for a week or 2, make that trek if they need to, paid training, and then set up that next hub and try to get another 1.3, 1.6, 1.9, 2.5. And now you got 3 of these things, and you could really take over. Yeah. Speaking of your guys' area, I mean, you could go to the Villages, you could have one in Celebration, and then you could have one out in St. Cloud. Yeah, I mean, just as a little whatever. You know?
And that's where we're at, Grant. And we had spoke about that. You know, I had set a realistic, short goal. 5-year goal is to have, a minimum of 3 divisions opened up. And obviously you can't expect to open a division unless where your original location is 100% turnkey wash and rinse.
It's got to be firing on all cylinders.
Rinse and repeat.
Systems have to be in place. Yeah.
It's like that older gentleman. I can't. I apologize for not being able to remember his name, but at GutterCon, that older gentleman who was speaking about the McDonald's model. That really, when you think about growth, you're like, oh, I want to grow so big, and then you rush it, and your ducks aren't in a row. Now you're selling your buildings, and now you're back to square one. So, and really, that's what we're working really hard at this year, is to get this company where we're at right now, 100% turnkey. So the following year we can roll into looking into that next division. But it's got to be rinse and repeat. You can't. You have to have that model figured out. So once we really get it tuned in and pretty much running itself, then we're going to go and open up the next door, because it's going to be the same model. You're going to have different customers and different target audience, but it's going to be the same business model, the same function as what you are already doing. So
that's where your SOPs and everything come into place, and to where you have to memorialize everything, the way that you do everything, right? Whether you're making videos off of it, or you're just writing it down on a sheet of paper that you're going to have somebody type up, or whatever it is. In order to be able to rinse and repeat, you have to be able to turn the new business into the old business. And so you have to document every single step from opening a business to closing a business, right? And the way that you do everything, I mean, admin roles, GM roles, director of operation roles, your sales, how, you have to have a process for absolutely everything. And really, one thing that a lot of owners don't think about is that, they're afraid of growing beyond one location. But if you're driving more than an hour, especially here in Florida, if you're driving more than an hour to your job site every day, not for nothing, man. I mean, I run box trucks, and some of those are diesels, and I mean, Ryan will tell you how expensive diesel is, right? And
Ryan about to buy everything he's got's gasoline and electric.
Yeah. But yeah, right. So that the new Dodge Electric 2500.
Well, your Kubota back there runs off DeWalt batteries.
Dude, it's a John Deere. Get it right, buddy.
It's a Kubota run on bubble power.
Bubble power Kubota.
We keep her fueled up on Bud Light and bad decisions.
You got to have those SOPs and all that stuff for sure. Growing pains, they're good though. You got to remember, like, if you're working hard and you're pulling your hair out, trying to figure out what the next way to tackle a new problem is, that's different than sitting around guttergrowth.com. You got to apply though. We're not just letting everybody in. I always want to say that to people. Like we've had some people in the past, like couple weeks. They're like, "Yeah, I'm so excited. Here I come," and we're like, "Nope, no." You. When we had that initial conversation, you didn't want to grow. You wanted to come in and you already had it all figured out. Like, because that's what we talk to people about. Hey, what's your issues? And some of these guys are like, "I've got it all figured out." And like,
Obviously, you don't.
oh. Okay, what were you calling for again then? Yeah, I can make it. I can let me just talk to somebody else. So like, well, I just wanted to know more about you're like, what are you like it's inside edition or something here? Um, yeah, but scaling is fun. I'm really excited. I see the majority of the gutter industry scaling. Everybody's rising to the top. To your point, Ryan, I think you were just talking about too, like your specific area, and even though you have to move maybe to another area, just throwing a random, right?
Mhm.
Like where you are, and then you go open one down in like Siesta Key, right? Or you go
Yeah.
down to like Marco Island area, whatever. Yes, different people, this, that, and the third, but still people nonetheless. I'm going to use
Yep.
your Rob old home state of Oklahoma, and I'm going to use the Dallas Fort Worth market. I don't know if you guys know anything about that, but it is those two, Oklahoma City and the Dallas Fort Worth market, are understood as the epicenters of the $3 to $4 foot installers.
Oh,
Now, I will agree with it, but I will disagree that means anything to me. That I couldn't be selling gutters at the exact same price because I've worked in Dallas Fort Worth and I've worked in Oklahoma City, and I've sold gutters at both at $10 to $12 a foot, and 5-inch gutters at $8, $9, $10 a foot, because I'm not freaking selling gutters. I never have been, and I never will. I'm selling a solution. You could literally sell a solution to a customer, not everyone, not every day of the week, without even saying the word gutter or downspout or hanger or anything. I'm just creating a solution. Knock, knock, knock. Why'd you call me? Knock, knock, knock. Why'd you call me? Oh, you have water coming off of your roof going to the ground. I have a solution for you. We're going to capture all this water. You just tell me where you would like it. All
Man.
right, here's the warranty, and here's what we're going to do to serve you, and this is the price.
Some of my best sales, man, I barely even talked about gutter. You know what I mean? Some of the customers you get in
100%.
and you get along with them so well, they've already got their checkbook and they're like, all right, so how much is your deposit and what are we doing?
Yeah. Yep.
What does it matter if somebody else is selling gutters at 3? And I know why it does. I mean, I obviously I'm an intellect enough to understand that could be considered a hurdle for some, but we're not all the same people.
Yeah, no. And I made it, and touching on that, I made a post about it a while ago, and people, on the gutter installer page, and got a lot of hate for it, whatever. I would more or less was laughing at the fact that like you feel the need to have to go that low to get work. Like me, you selling, all you're doing is you all another company doing by selling gutter at that price is fueling my fire to sell it for even more. And what we have to do to combat that is we just have to produce more leads. And whether I can tell you right now, if I went over to Reunion, where every house is a minimum of $2 to $3 million homes, they're not going to want your $4 a foot gutter.
No,
they're going to want our $13 a foot gutter. And that's
they didn't buy their car at a buy here, pay now.
Exactly.
They went to the dealership or they ordered it from home, and good karma.
And that all has to do with touching back on what we talked about earlier, your target audience. So
Exactly.
Once we found that out, we just decided, you know what, we're gonna pick our target audience. I don't want a customer that wants to pay the cheapest price, because our work reflects what our prices is at. So me personally, I would rather not be hired by a customer that wants the best deal, that wants the cheapest price. My customers, they want the best solution. Like you had said, they want the best product, the best installation. So I find those customers that want the better product, that want the better installation, that want the better warranty. So that's where I stand at on that. Go sell dollars for $4 a foot. I don't give a shit. You keep doing what you do, bro. Make your money. Cool. Good for you. I'm gonna be out here selling 6-inch for $10 a foot, 6-inch case out, and at $175 a downspout. I sell your gutter, bro, and that's all it is.
Ryan, I don't know about you around here,
I'm selling a brand, so
right. Well, look, those cheap guys are always going to be the biggest pitas, right? It's I found that every customer that's ever nitpicked our price and tried to choose off price only, right? They're taking the last bit of money they have, and they're hoping that if they throw some money at a problem, everything's going to solve itself by this one little action. And sometimes these are customers that have, they've let their house go for 20 years without gutters, and they need foundation work. They need, regrading their landscaping. They're hoping that just your gutter, or just resealing their old gutter is going to solve the problem, and it really doesn't. So, I mean, that's the reason why we've started shying away from a lot of repair work.
Yep.
Because
you'll have guys touching on that, Rob, is I'm sure you guys get the calls too, but I just want to see if it's the same for you. But do you guys have customers where in Florida it seems to be an issue? They'll get like the front of their house done, and then they'll do a small corner miter, and then the sides won't be done and the backs won't be done. They're like, oh, can you attach that gutter? Well, I mean, yeah, I can do it. It's going to be my price, but I'll tell you, it's not going to be warranted because I don't know what material them guys used on the front of their house. I don't know if I don't know my 45 cuts are good. I don't know if theirs are, so I can't tell you if they're even going to line up or not. But we'll replace all of your gutter for you, and it'll be lifetime warranty. We can do that. So that's I don't even really accept those jobs anymore because what if their gutters in the front failed? It's attached now on that corner miter of mine, and my name's on that gutter now. I don't want nothing to do with that. So we always try to sell that up to just a full new install. We kind of try to throw them a deal like, hey, if you end up wanting to go with a full install, we won't charge you for removal and disposal. So just little stuff like that to try to convince them, like, hey, you know what? Why don't we just get one company in here, do the whole house? We'll have the full warranty on it. So that's something we make very clear. It's like, hey, yeah, we can do it, but we're not going to offer. We can't honor our warranty. Simply because we're going up with another company's product, and I have no idea where they're getting the material, stuff like that. So have you experienced that down here, Rob? Like, I mean, we experience all the time.
Oh, most definitely. But, that's why having, we were talking the other day about CRMs, right? But that's why that is so important, keeping good records, right? Yeah. So everything we do, from the pictures of our install before and after, pictures of all of our site sketches, all the work that we've done is all in our CRM. And like last week, we had a customer call and said, hey, this downspout that you guys put on my house fell off. Those little nails that you put in my stucco, they blew the stucco out and fell off the house. So there's no way possible. We don't use those. And we pulled up the records, and then lo and behold, that wasn't even ours. Now we went out and fixed it for them, charged the customer to go out and do the repair. But it's, I would rather not mess with a house that has somebody else's gutter on it, and you're trying to repair somebody else's problem. It's like, you have to be the best tattoo artist out there to be able to cover up some of the really bad work that these gutter guys do, right? And whenever the customer goes, why is it so expensive? It's like, that's almost a brand new price. I said, well, exactly. I mean, we have to, there's a lot more labor involved now that somebody went and messed it up the first time.
Yeah, that's big right there, man. Ryan, what happened was, so I have some of my employees coming over today. I'm going to cook them fajitas and do all that stuff.
You can't even cook to hang out. So I'm confused.
I know, man. You should be confused. I got a personal chef I hired to come over and put that shit together like that. Cut up my pineapple how I like it and whatnot. You should know better than that.
There's nothing like fajitas in Texas.
Is he feeding you grapes and fanning you with like big leaves too?
Yeah, I look like a mark, don't I?
That's cute.
So he keeps texting me, send me the address, boss. Send me the address, boss. I'm like, sending it to you, sending it to my wife, because I'm trying to. That's why I sent the address to you.
I was going to say, why did you send me your address?
Bro, I sent you the address 3 times, dude. I sent it to you, I sent it to my wife, and I sent it to my son because I was looking up here and I thought I had his freaking name. Oh, that's good stuff.
I needed it anyways because I lost it. I don't remember where I had your address at.
Me and you don't keep record or nothing. We're hitting each other up on. We're hitting up each other on 17.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like we're like, we got 3 different conversations on 3 different platforms all day.
I'm like, hey, where was that thing at again? Gentlemen, Anybody want to give a final quote or recommendation or inspiration or truth of the day?
Man,
I usually do, but I'll give it off on this one.
You know, um, I've been receiving a lot of hate through the gutter and solar page. I want y'all to know that you know, I'm not here to be an asshole or like I'm really not a cocky guy, man. I'm actually, you know, these guys know me really well. I'd do anything for any guys, but and when we're in there talking about business, bro, don't be filling it up with bullshit. People are trying to make money around here, bro, you know, and I'm gonna tell it how it is. I keep it a buck with everybody.
Bring Ryan a glass of water or something. We need to cool him down.
yeah, man, get the fire.
No,
hose,
I keep it real with everybody. So if you think that I'm coming
yeah.
off as disrespectful, I want you guys to know that really I'm not. That's just who I am as a person. You know, we joke around, we clown. If you can't do that, then don't fucking comment on my shit.
Yeah, it's all good. You know,
if you ain't got skin, don't even get in, boy.
Yeah, the problem is.
But we love you guys all. Like I mean, I got
we love them all.
Everybody doing this shit. I got mad love for everybody doing the gutter work. You know, whether you're just now starting out or whether you've been doing it for years. So we're all here to help, man. This is all we want. We want this industry to be something that stands out from all the other industries, you know. So any questions you guys have, anything that I can help with, you know, anybody can reach out to me and ask me anything. So just wanted to make that clear.
Shoot, man. Well, you know, unlike Ryan, there are people I don't like, and there are people that I will not do business with, and there are people that I will shit talk all day. Privately, I'll never do it to a customer, but screw those people. Now, I think at the end of the day, man, really, you know, what we talked about here is doing business with the people you want to do business with, not necessarily the people that want to do business with you, because those are two different things. And people get those confused. They go, oh, this person's beating down my door. Well, yeah, you don't know how many other doors they knock down trying to get some other gutter guy to do their crazy stuff before they convinced you to do it for a little bit extra money. Because then after that, you own the project.
That's kind of like the horse looking butterface at the club. You had to learn how to say no. Like, nah, girl, I'm cool. Back up.
But just go like this. She's okay.
I'm good. Hey, it was an absolute pleasure. I nailed it with that one. You guys stay safe out there. And, hey, enjoy your Sunday. We've all got big weeks ahead of us, man. Y'all stay blessed. Be well.
Hi, guys.
Thank you for sharing your time with me.
Rob, I'll
Thanks for having us on, man. Absolutely, brother.
Thanks, Grant.
Bye.
Bye.